Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, the version 15.0 update is here. And in today's video, we're going to dive into the game, see what the update's all about, and have a look at the new features, because I do think this particular update brings, obviously, the start of the countdown to the 11th anniversary, which is most likely going to be built around Egghead. As you can see here, we have the new opening title screen, which is completely Egghead focused. The anime was on hiatus for 6 months, so just sort of moving into that, well, the nitty-gritty part of the arc and moving into the 11th anniversary, I do think that we're probably looking at some Egghead-related stuff, and keen to see what the game actually looks like. So, as you can see, we have some new visuals pretty much right off the bat. As you can see at the top there, we have the like Egghead sort of style around the pirate level, and everything just sort of looks a little bit crisper, to be honest. Like, the bubbles look a little bit nicer, the stamina bar looks a bit more bold. It just seems fresh. Like, seems like they've just put a little bit of a little touch up to the loading or the main screen. So let's have a look at the version update, the notifications. I did do a video touching on pretty much everything that is coming for this. Assault Rumble is the big sort of new game mode where you challenge a rumble battle and bosses to become even stronger. And it's based on a score to do with your alliance members. There will be trusty characters, but as I mentioned in my video, I'm not overly worried about the trusty character thing because it's Pyro Rumble based. It's going to be built up around your alliance ranking rather than sort of just like needing the trusty characters to get the most amount of drops. Each new character has character tags, so we'll take a look at the character tag feature in the menus. And then each of them will have effects depending on what's going on. You have the special captain ability and then Pirate Rumble as well, which will be affected. We have the Super Tandem Boost activation. I believe this will probably come with the characters that they released for the 11th anniversary. And then we have just like quality of life stuff, which everything is just easier to access, which again, we'll take a look at as well. Other updates, the key visual art and the menu has been changed to Egghead style, and the TV anime of the One Piece collection will be added accordingly. So, very, very nice stuff there. There is a notice from the admins where we had these particular characters actually got the added or improved abilities after their level limit break. So we'll have a quick look at them as well. There is some stuff down in Rayleigh's Bazaar, I believe I saw. There is the tutorial original character, which is the Egghead Luffy, which is, again, they updated the tutorial, which is very nice. And then you can use some medals to pick up the PvP Chopper, which is awesome. And the Jinbei, who I believe is a treasure map legend. Treasure map rare recruit. And then we also have the vacuum rocket for the Rayleigh's Bazaar, which we'll have a look at as well. We've got some updated ship specials for the Kisara's Cannonball and the Liberal Hind, which is very interesting. And then we just had the original stuff here for the countdown of the Kizuna Suga Fest and stuff like that. I haven't had a chance to get to my Kizuna video. I've just been busy with the Easter long weekend and obviously with the maintenance. We have 3 new PvP fights, which will give us 5 rainbow gems each. I don't think these fights are going to be all that hard, but again, we'll take a look at them as well. So let's take a look at these characters first. Let's see what they buffed with the upgraded level limit break. Remember, characters have character tags now. So if we click this button here, you can see that characters have the character tag. So again, they've just updated this sort of screen for the character listing. If you press this button here, you can see the characters' tags, their crewmate abilities, and their special and captain ability. So very nice stuff there. I don't think the special and the captain ability needed to be there because obviously that is on the front here. I feel like they probably could have used that space a little bit better, but at the end of the day, I'm not overly bummed. Maybe use like the level, like put the level limit breaks just like menu there. I don't really know, but let's take a look at what's been updated. At level 2, now this is the free-to-play Luffy, so everyone should have this guy maxed out. Rumble ability goes up to Straw Hat Pirates gets HP up level 3. So any character that has the Straw Hat Pirates, damn, I was hoping we could click on that and we'd see what was going on. But it does seem like we have the 4 classes being the Pirates, like what crew you're in, the Devil Fruit type being a Paramecia type, Worst Generation, which is like looks like a class, and then Land of Wano, which is the arc. That's sort of what I'm sort of gathering from what we've seen so far. So PvP Straw Hat Pirates get a level 3 HP up. As for the Captain ability, if 4 or more Straw Hat Pirates are on the crew, boost the Straw Hat Pirates base attack by 500. Okay. Not a nice little buff to Straw Hat characters. This is obviously not essential, but it's obviously going to make Straw Hat characters stronger. Rumble Special, the Straw Hat Pirates teammates get defense up level 3. Remember, this guy's, like, he's built up around using the Psy Straw Hat, so That's always fun. And then his special is going to give you an extra attack boost increase of 0.5 if you have 4 or more Straw Hat characters on the crew. This effect also applies to the special. So he gives a 2.5 times attack boost for 3 turns for side characters, which he will then allow you to increase twice, and increases it by 0.5. So that'll go up to a 3 turns attack boost, and if you hit the 3 perfects, it'll go up to a 3.25 attack boost, which is very, very nice as well. Then he also gets this updated Rumble special, which I believe will still have this Straw Hat Pirates teammate HP up level 3 on top of just that buffed special. I just don't think they've included it down there. So very nice stuff for the Straw Hat Luffy. Let's see what Mihawk has been given. Mihawk has been given so the 7 Warlords of the Sea and then the Paramount War. Obviously he doesn't have a Devil Fruit, so he's not going to have a Devil Fruit tag. And he doesn't have a crew. They probably could have done Cross Guild, but like he technically wasn't in Cross Guild when this particular Mihawk was a thing. He does have an upgraded level limit break. His captain ability didn't get a buff. He's special though. If you have 2 or more Warlords of the Sea, you set the chain multiplier at 3.25, maxing at 15 for 3 turns. And if you have 2 or more Marine Paramount War Arc characters on the crew, boost Slasher characters' attack by 2.75 for 3 turns. And then if the captain is Slasher, sets the chain multiplier to 3.25 and to boost the Slasher's slot effects by 2.25. So it basically just gives you an upgraded buff to the special if you guys have the Warlords and you have the Marine Paramount War characters. So actually a very, very big buff. Getting a chain bounty for 3 turns and then an orb boost for 3 turns. It's a very, very big buff. I wish I could just click on like this tag here or this tag, and I don't know if you can see like me tapping. I wish I could click them and it would sort of tell us like what other characters are in this particular class. But I guess like the list of characters would just be like endless at that particular point too, right? So characters off the top of my head, I can think of maybe like the Crocodiles from the Paramount War arc, maybe Jinbeis from the Paramount War arc. Who else was there? Buggy. Was Buggy a Warlord at that point? I don't think Buggy was, but look, who knows? All right, let's go to Whitebeard and Marco and Ace, which should be a Whitebeard Pirates. So they have the Whitebeard Pirates. They also have 2 of the Devil Fruit tags, being the Mythical Zoan, and then obviously Lodia because of Marco and because of Ace. I wonder, yeah, if you tag them, it actually changes. So that's interesting. Actually, this is kind of cool for this screen's really good for dual characters because you can see everything a little bit nicer. Let's take a look at their buffed level limit break. As you can see, it just adds 2 or more Whitebeard Pirates to their special, boost crews attack by 3.25 for 3 turns. Otherwise, strength characters get the 2.75 for 3 turns, and you completely remove all those effects. So that's just get like a massive 3.25 times attack boost. That's very strong. If you use this under Whitebeard and Ace as well, remember, obviously you can't use Whitebeard and Ace as your captain, but you can use a friend captain Whitebeard and Ace. And if you use the Marco special, you get that increase as well. So very interesting stuff. Definitely not a character I would look at level limit breaking. This Mihawk, he's good for treasure map, but again, I wouldn't really go spamming blue tickets on a character like this. But we do have a Super Sugo who will hopefully be receiving a 6+. Maybe this is a hint to his 6+, because they did give him a level limit break, and I don't believe that Kid had a level limit break before this. Land of Wano, Worst Generation, Parametheor type, and the Kid Pirates, basically the same as what Luffy's rocking, but obviously he is a Super Sugo. Let's see what they did to his level limit break. Now, again, I don't think this guy had a level limit break up until this particular point. So, if 3 or more Kid Pirates or Worst Generation, so I believe you can kind of chop and change. In saying that, though, like the Kid Pirates, they just don't exist. So it's basically Worst Generation. Characters on the crew boost the effect value of activation by 0.5. If crew's HP is 51%, you basically get the 50% cut, and then you get the attack buff for Strength, Striker, and Driven characters by 2.75, which will then go up to 3.25 if you have the 3 or more Worst Generation / Kid Pirates. Then he's an Orb boost, or he's a Color Affinity boost, depending on how you use his special. So you could always basically just spam this guy 3 times if you had healing effects, and then that way you could get the attack, the orbs, and the Color Affinity, which again, he's going to increase by 0.5 if you have those 3 Kid or Worst Generation Pirates. If you have the 4 or more is a lot. Now, this guy's kind of fallen off in Rumble, but the 6+ could definitely bring him back. Finding up home for him on the strength team can be a little bit challenging, but if you have Worst Generation, Kid Pirates, or Land of Wano, 4 of them, characters on the team. Team CT speed up level 3, which is very, very nice. Then, over in the captain ability, if you have 4 or more worst generation Lander Wano or Kid Pirates, characters on the crew, the captain ability adds the following effect. Reduces crew's despair by 10 turns, and Paramethea types get 500 base attack. Interesting. 10 turns of despair removal as a captain is really nice. And this is what I was talking about. This opens the door to a plethora of different team building options. Getting 10 turns of despair means that you can run him in a piece of content and go, shit, 10 turns of despair. We can get rid of that with these particular characters on the team. And with Super Tandem being a thing too, like, you can actually make this work very nicely. Targets enemies within a large range. This is his Rumble special. It's basically the same thing, which ignores defense. And then if 4 or more worst generation Kid Pirates or Lander Wano characters on the team, targets team for attack up level 5. This is kind of annoying, because, like, you want this to happen before you do the damage, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. So he got a pretty nice buff. I like what they're doing with these character tags, but like I said, it's going to make things a lot more complicated for new players, but it's also going to make things a lot more interesting when it comes to team building. But it's also going to make it very nice for that sort of Psy Straw Hat team that's just going to go absolutely crazy. So they're the increases to, what's it called? They're the increases to the characters. It says uses Captain Kid competing captains is a level limit break skills added character. I don't really know what that means. Maybe just like they added level limit break because he didn't have it, just the skill. But I don't really know exactly what they mean by that. So the new Pirate Festival matches we'll touch on in a second. Let's take a look at the ships. We have the Kazara's Cannonball, which is for shooters, which are very, very good at the moment. Reduces all enemies' defense drop duration by 2 turns, which is awesome because if you run what's her name, Khalifa as captain, she sets the ship special to max. So you can actually get this effect off very nicely. And then adds 0.2 to the chain and reduces all enemies' HP by 10%. It's not bad. The defense up removal is quite nice. Liberal Hind reduces side character special charge by 1 turn and applies 10% resistance. It's like almost identical to what it was initially. Both these ships are definitely not level ups. I wouldn't get them to level 12. The Liberal Hind, I know a lot of people did do for the Grand Voyage, but at the same time, if you didn't do it, then we can sort of bypass that. So we have these particular characters. Let's go have a look and pick them up. Alright, so here we are over at the Rayleigh's Bazaar. Let's take a quick look here. We obviously have the punk characters, and are they here? I swear it said. Okay, so there's the vacuum rockets at max grade. Boosts attack by 1.2 and makes it easier to land. Perfects, like legit. Is that literally all it does? We might have to go check that out over in the actual screen. We have the Neo Monkey D. Luffy. Now this Luffy, by the way, I believe he's the Cerebral Fighter version that was the Int version that evolves into the Munch Luffy. So definitely going to pick up 10 copies of him. Let's take a look at what he actually does, though. He's special. Well, okay, well, let's go level. Is it level limit? Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, interesting. It said something different here. So when you evolve him, is he a 4-star? Oh, he's a 4-star. Interesting. Post-evolution, attack in strength damage all boost crew's attack by 2.5 for 3 turns. If the captain... okay, that's going way too fast for me. Basically, he's just another version of the... what's it called? He seems like another version of the Psy Straw Hat Luffy. Very interesting. Well, we'll definitely pick him up. Let's do that. We'll level him up, max him out. Make sure to go pick up these characters too. They're basically free. Like, it's one rally point. You can easily get these rally points. Oh, that's actually really good. They added 10 copies of the Psy Luffy. So this is the original Luffy. And then this Trafalgar Law as well. Is another character that basically, when I started playing the game, I started with this lore. He was like a login bonus that like doesn't really exist anymore. And then this particular Shanks, he's not insane, but definitely going to pick up all the copies of him as well. And then we picked up the ship, so let's go have a look at that. Before we do that, though, I am going to pick up the copy of this particular Jinbei. I don't know what Jinbei he's from, and then this particular Chopper. They're both from the Egghead arc, but for like one medal like that, especially this Chopper, he's a pretty good PvP character. And if you guys don't summon on PvP banners, definitely pick up. Alright, so we're going to start off with the Hyper Capsule. This comes at max level. The Vacuum Rocket, it doesn't seem to have like anything going for it. I believe that they will probably boost this ship for the 11th anniversary. So just be mindful of that. You can hold out. It's 1 rally point though. Like it's fucking cheap as chips. So I would still pick it up for like collection purposes. But I do think that they will sort of boost this for that particular celebration. Alright, so we've headed over to the character selection screen. As you can see, this Luffy does evolve into this particular Luffy, which is hilarious, because it's literally the Neo version of the free-to-play Luffy that we got. So he is a fighter-free spirit. He stays fighter-free spirit when you evolve him, so just use the 10 copies on the character that you have. I would highly recommend doing that. He doesn't have a level limit break, but he does obviously have a buff captain ability. Boosts the crew's attack by 4 times, and makes recovery and tandem matching, boosts belly and pirate XP by 1.2 times. So he does become like just a very nice captain you guys can use to farm in lots of content. And then his special gives an attack boost of 2.5 for 3 turns, and if your captain is a captain, friend captain, or helper captain, makes crew's type slots matching for 3 turns. So just a really like solid stock standard captain that you guys can use if you are a newer player. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these menu screens, because if we click on adventure here, as you can see, you can kind of scroll across and sort of just take a look at what's going on. This will sort of just get you to any of the actual events that are going on, but what they've done is they've put underway events, so you can just go straight to the event that is on right now. PKA is on. The PvP season, it is going for 19 more days. So this is just a really easy way to go, okay, what's happening right now? Click on this button, and we will actually go there, but don't stress. If you click adventure, you can still navigate what's going on with the main story and stuff like that. I believe this is how you would get to Grand Voyage as well. So there's also that particular feature. As for PvP, they've added PvP down the bottom here, purely because... So the PvP chat menu has actually changed a little bit just because of this one right here, the limited time Assault Rumble, and this is going to be the new game mode for the 11th anniversary. I believe it'll go live when the 11th anniversary does start in about half a month's time, so probably in about, it's like 2 to 3 weeks from now. So I'll be pretty excited for that. Obviously, you can see Grand Party there. They're preparing the new season. You have the rival match in the top left-hand corner, so you can use your daily PvP stamina, and then you have the single matches, which they have added 3 new fights to the regular... what's it called? The regular fights you have to do at the start of the game. When you're kind of starting a fresh account or starting a new account, whatever you guys are doing, you do have all of these particular fights where you verse Buggy and all that sort of stuff, and they've added 3 more. One against the Samurai of Wano, then you have the Animal Kingdom Pirates, and then the Future of Egghead Island. So nice that they're doing this. It just means that they haven't forgotten about this kind of stuff. These fights should be pretty simple, but I understand if you guys are newer players, they might be a little bit challenging. I believe if you just sort of max out the size Straw Hats, you could definitely just throw them onto a team and see how you go, because they should be able to sort of like put in a bit of work, and we might actually try that for the next one. So we'll run the Slasher team just sort of straight off the bat, just to showcase that these fights, they will not be challenging. Like, they do have like synergy obviously with being Slasher characters, except for obviously Kanjuro, but the fight shouldn't be too challenging if you guys have some sort of synergistic team to sort of throw together. But like I said, it's nice that they're doing this. It just means that they haven't forgot about this kind of stuff, which does it does bode well in my opinion, because it's just like, if they could do this at story mode, like that'd be cool. But Rise of Shinobi just being Rise of Shinobi things. Rise of Shinobi honestly might be the big problem for most players. Obviously Odin Kinemon Denjiro, like they're a big hitter, but that action bind is just going to cause all kinds of havoc. Alright, Mihawk. If Mihawk had his special right now, like, it would just be curtains, because we would just win. But unfortunately, he is a victim to the action bind shenaniganry that is going on. My characters can come back. Beautiful. Still have the haste, so they should be able to kill here. Now, we'll try the next one with the size Straw Hats, see how we go. But as you can see, like, any synergistic team should work pretty nicely. Alright, so I'm just going to dive in and like let's see how the new Luffy sort of looks with obviously all the Straw Hats on the team. You don't need all the Straw Hat characters, but he obviously gives Straw Hats a bigger buff in PvP. Actually thinking about it now though, you actually can do the panel mission and then you'll have the side team. That side team should easily get you through pretty much all of these particular fights. Okay, so we're getting like hit hard. Like, we're taking some damage. Obviously, like, these characters, I don't even think I've leveled my characters up. Like, they're not PvP leveled, and I understand a lot of you guys will probably struggle with flags. So you probably want to look at you probably will look at utilizing that side team that they sort of give you from the panel missions. But I'm just curious to see how these Straw Hat characters go. as Luffy obviously just gets his buff, but everyone else kind of doesn't. Yeah, so like we're doing 100 damage. like okay, like Zoro hits okay. Jack, I don't know what you even do. Okay, well that's G. Well, that's not gonna work. Just use the side team. So that's essentially it for the big update. Now, look, it's nice. But obviously, like the big one is going to be this particular game mode right here and seeing how that actually operates. But overall, I like it. It's nice to get these fresh changes in the game. It's nice to have this sort of like updated quality of life stuff, and adding new abilities and character tags is pretty fun. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys are most excited for with this update. Way down there, bell like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.